are you jealous?
Oh shit, here we go again.
Bitch, are you jealous?
Live and direct from outer space, Non-Apologetic Studio. It's your man DJ Envy, Angela Yeet. Now, it's I Make Man. Live from outer space, it's I Make Mad Beats. We're in an unapologetic studio. This is another episode of the Producer Engineer Podcast we call Type Beat. Behind me is my cast.
Just the same.
Nigga,
Yo, what up? LJ1S.
C Major.
Kid
Charlie, your man.
Charlie, your May.
Y'all got some names up here, boy.
Yeah, names on your boy. Angela Gee.
Angela McGee. Angela McGee. Yeah, Charlie, your May. Charlie, your McGee. What up, man? What we talking about today, fam?
Man, so we had an interesting conversation beforehand, but we got rappers versus producers again. Interesting take on it. We'll get to that. Auto-tune, man. Like, has Auto-tune submitted, like, its legacy in rap, in music, and, of course, on some engineering shit? How often are y'all referencing, like, other songs during your mix? How much are you referencing after the mix or whatever? Yeah, let's talk about it. I feel like the rap versus producer joint. I mean, this is a music producer podcast. Yeah.
So hold on, just because of that, like, I want to go ahead and get this out the way and say this, man. Are we gonna try to be not biased? Because we have no official rap representative on the podcast, with the exception of me. You know what I'm saying? But now we have no official rap representation. We are just producers, so we are predisposed to be biased towards producers. Yeah. Okay, so I want y'all to know we're aware of this. Yeah. And we're gonna try to mitigate that.
But we need y'all help. All the rappers, please comment. Let us know what it is. You know what I mean?
Because I'm really trying to figure it out.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, like you stated, has there ever been an era, and I guess
Mighty's the Beast,
in rap where the rapper carried the producer?
Man.
I can't.
So when you brought this topic up,
this long ass pause.
You know what I'm saying? Just had to introduce some No Diddy era.
Damn.
Bruh, I can't help but think it's not like a concrete answer, but the whole Rockefeller era just feels like it's in that realm of where the rappers
that's wild disrespect to Just Blaze.
That's interesting.
And Bink.
Yeah, I think that's definitely not like I can't think.
What you say? That is not correct.
That's not correct.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. Like we talking Just Blaze, we talking Cam.
I know
Dipset,
we talk about Just Blaze and Cam and Nipsey. We also talk about Jay-Z, and I just feel like we talk about those producers because of Jay-Z. Because of Jay-Z.
I can't.
Rockefeller because of Jay-Z.
I think you might have a point that. Cause we talk if we bring Brand in this, then I feel like you got a point. Cause at one point, and still actually, Jay Brand is bigger than Ninth at that point. But you still talking Jay's biggest hits were still produced by the Neptunes, nigga. Timbaland, like he went to them niggas. And at a point, Kanye was trying to get on that level, so definitely he might have been over, or not even might. He was over. Yeah.
What up, Sonny?
Yeah, he jumped up. But the nigga biggest songs was attached to he had to go to that attachment to be like, I need a record, bro. Like
I mean, even with Timbaland, like he said it was he went to Timbaland. He knew what Timbaland brought to the table.
Yeah.
And Jay, we all know Jay. Jay, he's at least from what we see, he's a very smart, intelligent dude. And how he moves, he don't just work with you just to work with you. Like
I feel like you can make that point if he would have did that without them.
But I feel like it's the same thing. Like you could also see them interviews with Tim. Like you're like, yo, everybody want to get the Jay placement. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Like,
No, this is all facts. Real quick, I just want to shout out everybody live with us. We are live on multiple platforms. We are live on Instagram. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Facebook. We live on Twitch. I think that's it. Nah, we're not live on X. We're not live. We gave that up. You know what I'm saying? But we live on multiple platforms. Big shout out to everybody listening, everybody watching. If you can, drop us a comment. Let us know how you feel about these topics. Right now, we trying to see, is there an era? What's the question again?
Where rappers carried the producers in hip hop.
Where rappers carried the producers. Has there been an era where that's happened? Because the inverse era of producers, well, the inference is that that producers have been carrying rappers for all, or at least most of the eras of rap. Is that the inference? And so we're looking for the minority where rappers carried producers. Feel free to disagree with us on either one of those lanes of thought. We definitely want to hear what you got to say. Continue on.
And see, and also when I think about, and this is me trying to be, because I'm with the bias, the inference. So I'm trying to be fair. When I think about producers carrying the rappers, the first thing that comes to my mind is stuff like RZA with Wu-Tang. You know what I mean?
That's
Where,
cool,
or you know what I'm saying? Like, I think of producers like really putting out a whole
time out.
He just switched the whole.
I had to think about
that.
That's
and now it's like it's one rapper, all the producers. You know what I'm saying? And it just feels like
That's real.
Like when Nas came out and did the Illmatic, the whole formula switched. Where it's like, yo, this one rapper, this one artist is carrying and legitimizing the reputations of all these amazing producers.
All right, so we got to me, the most interesting, data involvement in this is Wu-Tang specifically, because I have some mixed feelings regarding that. I think the lyricists and Wu-Tang were really dope, but RZA was, you know what I'm saying? And I think you can make the case for, and again, no shame, no hate to Little Brother, Fonte, and Big Pooh, especially Fonte, was one of the greatest rappers I've ever heard in my life. But when they first dropped in 2003, the hype was ninth wonder. You know what I'm saying? Without a doubt. So there's something interesting there. We'll come back to that in a second. Sonny says Nas was carrying whoever produced him in the beginning. Okay, so this is the part where
That's interesting.
no, this is where I just want to be clear, Sonny. We love you and it's all respect, but this is where it is extremely important to have an I Make Mad Beats involved in this podcast, right? Because I Make Mad Beats was actually there, and I'm not looking back on time. I was actually around watching this happen, and I can say with every fiber in my body that is absolutely not correct. Let me be clear about something. Nas's label didn't even believe in Nas's ability to do so. That's why the album is laced with every already platinum hip hop producer. Right?
interesting.
His first single was produced by who?
Was it Premier?
He's large professor, wasn't it?
I don't listen to that.
Whose world is this? It's Pete Rock. It's Pete Rock on the hook. It's literally Pete Rock saying it. Like, Nas did not carry Pete Rock. Pete Rock was Pete Rock.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Before Nas was nobody. You know what I'm saying? So, Sonny, you got to try again on that, my G. We're going to keep watching for your
real.
comments, though. we stay tuned.
That's real.
Yeah.
I think the Wu-Tang thing, that is the RZA. Like, I feel like that
Yeah, I feel like-
changes the whole.
I feel like that's tough because you them some great ass rappers. But it was RZA's job,
Yeah.
literally
Exactly.
to carry
He
them.
pulled
niggas.
everyone together, like, yo, we need to.
Like, and I feel like that's now
Yeah.
we getting into like that is damn near the producer's job, bro. Like that is our title.
Yeah.
It's not even like maybe we do. Maybe I can't be objective in this. Maybe, but I feel like that is our job. Like that is where a producer's job is to literally carry. Like we have. You might have the idea, but we carry the
vision to
Yeah, like I don't know, bro. Like I feel like. And I feel like that's why it looks that way, especially if we thinking musically. Now you want to talk brand. Now we definitely got an argument because Drake.
Yeah, that was the only one I had. Like when we
Jake, what up,
came
family?
With this topic, Drake was really like the only artist that came to mind where.
Yeah, and I feel like Drake at this point, you definitely can't take nothing away from what 40 does.
Well, that's the only thing he didn't carry. I feel like taking 40. I feel like Drake.
What I'm saying, but what I was saying though is like I feel like can't take nothing away from 40, but like it seems that Drake is very consistently doing him with whatever producer that he works. Like it's very like this is a Drake joint. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I think. That's what I'm thinking about. So like when we talking about like Jay-Z and stuff like that, I'm like some of his anthems and stuff that he's like done. Like Jay-Z is big, and yes, Jay-Z is, if not the greatest rapper.
Bro, Big Pimpin' would have went up with just Bun.
But that's
Big shout out Masada.
That's what I'm saying.
Yo, real quick, big shout out my G Masada for checking in with us, man. You know what I'm saying? Psycho Kid Master,
Psycho Kid,
NPC
go.
Genius. Big shout out Masada. Salute.
Yeah, but that's what I was thinking. Like you said, Big Pimpin' still would have been.
Big Pimpin' would.
Yeah, that's a wrap.
So it's,
I'm gonna agree with that. You know what I'm saying? That could have been Nelly. My G.
Come on, man.
It actually might have been a bigger hit if it was Nelly.
It's going up.
Wait a minute. Okay. Now, okay, look, my bias is towards the producer, but I just want to make sure that we checking.
Yeah.
The Dungeon Family era. Was that carried by the rappers or the Dungeon Family? Or the producers?
So you talking about well cause you talking the whole Dungeon Family, we talking Outkast and them, but also nigga TLC.
Well,
like the Dungeon
Yeah,
the Dungeon Family, our team of producers really.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just asking. I feel like we gotta ask. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so if you want to,
I feel like because I'm gonna be honest, bro. I feel like I feel like niggas didn't even.
Yeah, niggas ain't know Rico and all them unless you really was deep. So I feel like Outkast. You might can say Outkast could have carried, but even still, you can say Outkast carried, but three Stacks was producing them like a lot of them.
Hold on. I feel like we got to define our terms here because I'm seeing a lot of overlap here. Okay, when we're saying carried, what does that mean?
So I'm speaking musically, like all right,
Yeah, like
what is the thing we remember the most?
Yeah,
what makes the song stick out?
what makes it special?
Of course, you need the beat for a song, so we can't. But I don't think.
Because I think the overlap or the thing that I'm seeing the goalpost move is whether we're talking about whether or not they would have been known
Right.
to how good the music
song would've
was.
Mm.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And I think that there is some overlap, but it's not the same thing. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So sticking to the music, the song itself. I don't know. I mean, I keep going back to now since we said it's Big Pimpin', and I'm like, no, that song even without Jay-Z, that song still would have been crazy. But
Yeah,
then
but Elevators without, and I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure Rico and them did that beat, but Elevators without that beat,
Yeah.
I still think might be me and you, my man, your cousin. That shit might if you replace that with another beat, you know what I mean, or something. It was definitely a special beat for sure, but
I don't know, bro. I'm gonna say this, man. This is tough. This is tough to answer because I can honestly say, man, like I can't speak for the rest of the Dungeon family, but like Outkast Dungeon family in terms of production and artists, that might be the one scenario where like nobody was carrying nobody.
Yeah,
that was
it
just
might be
like
like
a match made in heaven.
Yeah.
And the fact that they came together that way was explosive. You know what I'm saying? No Diddy, you know what I'm saying?
It was explosive.
Yo, speaking of which, just so we gotta, you know what I'm saying? Are we also, do we also have to admit that like Diddy was carrying all the Bad Boy?
Nah, but that's the thing. I mean, that's the thing. Though. I don't think he was, bro.
Yeah, 'cause
I think, bro. I think it might have been a point where he was, but I think Mace was that nigga, bro. I really been on some Mace shit, bro. And I know niggas hate that era, bro. It's a shiny suit, but Mace was on some shit, dog. But the way the nigga used to float, bro.
In terms of like shit, I don't know. Diddy was just not missing, bro. Like it's.
I don't know. I feel like they would have to be in the room because nah, never mind.
Be in the room.
I ain't trying to be in the room.
I'm good.
I ain't trying to be in the rooms for real. I'm just trying to see who had what. That's all I want to know, bro. Like who had what idea. But now you right. Diddy did have like let's take this.
You know what I'm
Let's
saying?
take
It is
this
so many
famous ass
artists,
sample
bro. Like
and loop
Faith
this shit.
Evans.
I don't know, bro. Nah,
like,
nigga. He said, let's
though.
take this famous ass sample and loop shit. But what made that shit was Mace. Like,
And that's what I'm thinking, like, right, it was-
like it was,
how they-
bro. The shit was cool. He wasn't doing like even his ideas
Bro.
weren't shit, bro. It's like let's loop
'Cause
cool
that's-
in the game.
I
And
That's
then
what
Mace
I'm
was like,
thinking.
who hot, who not? Tim was like, that's what make this shit, bro.
Yeah. That's what make that song. for sure.
Niggas don't
Okay,
vibe.
okay.
The beat come on, niggas be like,
Okay,
all right.
nigga.
I'm telling you, bro. I've been good, bro. Mace was that nigga, dog. Shout out Mace, bro. Mace, come to the podcast, bro.
I just feel
really
like,
a fan, bro.
bro, we gotta, you know what I'm saying?
But I'm also thinking too.
So that was an era then
and yeah,
that,
'cause they did
where
Bad
the
Boy
rappers
had
was
that.
carrying the producers, you would say.
Yeah, I think Bad Boy
that
era
count,
Mace.
yeah.
I think Mace Bad Boy era, he was carrying them for sure, 100%.
Damn.
Even Biggie, bro. Like Biggie was taking that nigga flow, bro. And bro, I feel like Mace was 100%. But Biggie had passed like most of Mace's era, so definitely post Biggie.
So let me ask you this: when you say that, like, you talking about a songwriter, not the forefront rapper that, you know what I'm saying, we talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like you naming Biggie, like.
Well, Mace was the forefront artist. Once Biggie was out of here, Mace was definitely. I mean, that nigga was pop. That's when rap. That's when shit switched. And man was mad as hell, ready to
That's
shoot.
facts, man.
niggas.
Let me get the camera, man.
And I feel it. I ain't trying
man.
to chase no
It's a
niggas.
tough era, man. For niggas like Young Neem, bro.
Bro,
For Mad Beats.
I'm just thinking about going back to like the whole Rockefeller dynasty and stuff, and I'm like, I can't imagine. I feel like Cam is Cam. Nah, yeah, I feel like Cam
Bro.
carried.
Yeah,
I don't think so, bro.
No, I think the production
Heatmakers,
was
we talking
fire.
about music. Heatmakers was definitely. Cam wasn't even like respected
He
as a
wasn't,
rapper like
but
that.
I'm just, I think he wasn't. But I'm just saying I feel like he created just a different flow for.
That's what I'm saying. I think what Matt was saying about Nas too is a good point of that. Like, that's why, you know what I'm saying, he had on them joints. But when it came out, it was like, nah. You know what I'm saying? It was Nas. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't.
I don't know. All right.
Well, you would know. Even
yeah,
when
I didn't
he
listen to Nas like
out,
that, but I'm definitely, I'm sure
thinking
Premier
era
and them
music,
was
though.
bigger names than I feel like the producer package was what
Yeah.
sold Nas.
Absolutely. It was being co-signed by that producer package.
Because,
You know what I'm
they
saying?
was
Like,
already
absolutely. And that producer's sound. Like, that's the thing is, like, even if you didn't know the name DJ Premier, like, that was the sound of a lot of rap that you loved at that time. You know what I'm saying? Like, DJ Premier had a distinct sound. Pete Rock had a distinct sound. You know what I'm saying? And so they were co-signing him with their sound.
And that's
Absolutely.
the thing. I'm trying not to be biased because when I'm going back to Rockefeller and the whole dynasty area or whatever, like I'm thinking about even Cameron, Joel's and all them, like A-Rap music, like you said, he makes like, I'm trying not to lean to the production, but that production, like I feel like defined an era. Like no one was sampling that way at that time until they came out. But again, I'm trying not to be biased, and I'm thinking like, okay, was it the artists themselves that made that sound pop, or was it that sound?
Yeah. Real quick, let me chime in right quick. What's happening in the comments? Damn, bro, where's the software? Okay, here we go. Yeah, real quick, we got on Facebook, we got Sonny says Mace flow is crazy. Virgo says Mace highly underrated. The way you say what you say is an overlooked skill. He understood that.
Facts. Major.
Yeah. We got on YouTube, my man Masada, the legend, he says, classic recordings are audible captures of time. Many things contributed to those recordings. The right time, right person.
Yeah,
That's facts.
That's a fact.
That's facts.
Yeah, I do think at the end,
Yeah.
it's definitely a chemistry and a good marriage is what makes. But I do think certain things stick out.
Yeah, I feel like to me the biggest not on the rapper side, on the producer side is honestly it'd be the Neptunes. Like when I think about Pharrell and the Neptunes and just the span and just like the impact that they had on all of them, not even just specific artists, just like
Music, bro.
Facts. They
it was
changed
just
a lot.
you know, that type of impact is usually more aligned with producers. Like you can sort of easily name those examples more than you can more easily name those examples from like rappers.
Hold on, I'm still tripping. My man said in the Bad Boy era that it was rappers carrying producers. I'm still trying to digest that. Because I'm thinking about all the other ones, right? I'm thinking about Black Rob, like, whoa. I'm thinking about Craig Mack. I'm thinking about the time the Locks was down with them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm
Locks
thinking
was
about
crazy,
702. I'm thinking about, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I mean, so
Take this money.
was that video?
no
DVD
dig.
outlasted till now, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, Ghost said Lil Jon is an example of producers carrying artists. Yeah, I could think of 7,000 examples of that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's
absolutely.
Yeah, that's out here.
Yeah, that I think that is much more the norm
Right.
by far.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to find. Has there ever been moments or eras in this thing with hip hop specifically where the artist carried the producer?
I think Drake is still a strong contender on that.
Yeah, well, I think Drake
The era.
and 40,
Yeah.
the Drake and 40 package. I think Drake and 40 is an artist. You know what I mean?
I can
Like,
see that.
did I say that right?
It's an
I don't know what I'm
idea.
trying to say.
The Drake and 40 together is an idea.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a sonic idea, for
Yeah.
sure. Absolutely.
And so now you take that out of the equation, and then I can definitely see Boy Wonder. I can't even think of who else, because everybody else I feel like was
But that's the thing though. Even the with 40, and of course it's no shade, but I think he only works with Drake, right? At this point, or is it because I'm thinking of I haven't heard anything else under 40 catalog where I'm like, oh, 40 going crazy. Like, but again, we read off Boy Wonder catalog, and his catalog is, it is what it is. So with the 40 and Drake idea, I also think about Drake is still Drake no matter who's the producer.
I really do think Drake.
He's like that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what they saying is that if you ever produce for Drake, it don't even matter, bro. That Drake carried you. That's what y'all saying?
Yeah,
honestly,
if you want to
They saying they like he carried the cross.
If
You know
you're
what I'm saying?
reading this,
With
it's
Drake-
too late.
with
Era.
Drake,
He carried the
I feel
cross.
like it is
That's
that.
Nas, God's stepson.
I feel like it's like that even with like other artists, bro. Like
Yeah.
you get on the Drake song, especially if you haven't already become a megastar
Yeah,
before
Drake
you
killed
got
that.
a Drake feature.
It's over with.
Hold on. We got some more. Damn, my man Virgo's going in. He said Drake for sure. He said Wayne.
Yeah, so Wayne, I was
Shit,
thinking,
Wayne.
Virgo, I was thinking of Wayne too, bro. But I don't know, bro. We talking Manny Fresh, bro. That's kind of crazy.
True.
That's kind of crazy for me. I don't know if I can
Nah, you
remove
could-
myself.
I feel like you thinking Cash Money though.
Right, because
Like-
that's a different era.
Like Wayne, the Wayne era. Bro, I don't know. What
I don't even know
producer
who's
was-
his producers.
I don't
That
know
nigga
what
was taking
producer
niggas
was.
beats.
I mean, he did have a moment. He did have a moment where he was
He
just
just
mixing
taking niggas
Wayne.
shit.
Yo,
You know
the
what?
Wayne era.
The Wayne era might be, I mean, except for my G, Amir, like my
Yeah.
man Bangladesh.
Yeah.
Aside from that, the Wayne era might
I don't,
be.
yeah, because
Yeah.
honestly, I can't think of who
Bro,
was his
I
producers.
feel like the Bangladesh, that Amili was probably a producer moment in the Wayne era.
yeah.
Like that was the
That was about
producer
it?
that stood out.
Yeah, but Wayne, I feel like you can make the case that Wayne carried that shit too. That beat was crazy, but, but niggas know. I don't know.
Wayne
Wayne might be.
He might be one.
Wayne might be that one.
Virgos also says Kendrick.
We said, I
Yeah,
think we
so
were
we
thinking
mentioned Kendrick ahead of time. The only reason I couldn't like kind of passionately go into it is because and this is just speculation, but I feel like Section Eddie was amazing, but obviously his stamp was Good Kid, Mad City. And while Dr. Dre didn't like make all those beats, I feel like he heavily was like
do this, make this.
I feel like he was a heavy like influence in the sound and the cohesion of that.
Absolutely. Even if it was simply knowing that they had to play towards Dre's sentiments because of how established they were. Absolutely. I would agree with that.
Yeah, and so it was just like, damn, I feel like Dre's presence just elevated that whole situation, and so it made me not bring him up because I'm still thinking about that.
Yeah, Virgo. You probably should have been on this. You definitely could represent the rapper.
Yeah, we need that rapper opinion, bro.
'Cause it's hard for me to be biased. I feel like Wayne carried everybody but Manny, bro. And Manny caught him. I mean, Manny was I don't know, that relationship. I feel like Manny was nigga go DJ Autumn, bro. Manny was going stupid, bro.
Yeah.
Manny
And that's
was
the
going
thing,
stupid.
too.
Nah, I feel like that's the Cash Money era. That's not the Wayne.
That's not the Wayne. Nah, that was Wayne, bro. Go DJ.
Young Money era.
It's a difference. It's a difference.
There's a difference,
it's
bro.
It's a turnover.
Young Money, that was Wayne.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, clap. Yeah, you might. If you taking Manny, I'm just saying the nigga ain't carrying Manny, bro.
Yeah, because I'm also thinking like, if it was could this song be created with a different beat, with a different producer, different artist? Like,
I want to say this because this is what I think we have not addressed, right? Okay, can we think of songs that have great production but mid to not so great rap, and it was a hit?
I think that's the tricky part.
Yeah,
If it was a hit, I don't know.
Are we talking like, God's plan? I think we could go through a lot of like.
Okay, so now let me invert that, right? Can we think of songs that had great lyrics and a great rap or singing performance that had mid to terrible production that was a hit?
Okay, y'all gonna hate me.
Swiss
for this.
beats.
Hold on. Y'all gonna hate me for this.
Alright.
And this is not on the. This is.
Nah, it gotta be
this
Swiss.
is. This is.
I ain't nothing fucking with Cash Money
Hold on.
hoes.
This is
Yeah.
mid. This is the mid level, not terrible.
Alright.
Y'all gonna hate me for this.
Well, hold on,
But we was
hold that thought real quick. Really care about the beats and Eminem's peak.
That's
Now that's a nigga that was
interesting.
carrying
Hey.
some weak ass beats.
Yeah,
Nah, that's a bro.
that's interesting.
Yeah, that's real.
Nah, that
good.
might be the one, bro.
This is the Eminem era.
Yeah.
Bro, what? Well, aside from
Once
anything
he
that
left
Dre
Drake,
did,
once he started saying, "I'm my own producer,"
All right, I'm
yeah,
making them beats with- yeah.
where's my snare?
that's real.
That's a good one.
That's real.
That's a good one.
All right.
Okay, continue on, my G.
This is hella controversial. I know C Major gonna go crazy right now.
Yeah.
Just so y'all know, I love this song. I think the beat. I love the beat, but it's because I love the song.
Yeah.
We just talked about it. A Milli, bruh. You just played that beat
Yeah.
by itself, bro. It's literally just
Nah,
one
it's
808,
simple.
bro.
But that
It's
Hold
not.
on,
That goes. Come
bro.
on, bro.
Fam, that song is not going
We get
crazy.
comments, bro. You
Fam,
going-
that
you
song not
wildin',
going
bro.
crazy. Lil Wayne,
Is the Amili beat dope?
100%.
Hold on,
You're
time out. Everybody listening right now, does the Amili beat still go hard without Wayne? You know what I'm saying? Is it still a
It did,
dope
nigga.
beat?
Beyonce, nigga, hit that shit happened 5
Fam,
times, nigga.
because everybody was trying to be like Wayne,
Bruh.
bruh. They was like, oh, snap.
That nigga
Come
sold
on,
that
man.
same shit. It's simple for sure. I think you mix the
Hey,
simplicity
bro.
with.
Hey, look, all I'm saying
A
is,
trash beat is Cash Money
fam,
Hoes.
you
and
can
Jay
do
made
you
that
can do
shit.
a
Hold up.
Milli acapella
Hold
and that
up.
shit going
I was
crazy.
just gonna say that because I ain't gonna lie. I was just thinking, listen to the song, and I'm like, Wayne flow on that is crazy.
Yes, bro.
The cadence.
Hey, Unique says nope. Unique says that I don't know. Unique, what are you saying? Nope too. By the way? I'm wild confused on the context. No doubt. My bad. Literally copy Wayne flow. So I think what she's saying is that the Amili beat is not hard without Wayne.
I can't say
It's cool. It's cool.
Wow.
It's cool.
Y'all fucking.
Nah, I feel like
I
that.
don't know. That beat was hard to me.
That beat
That sample that he pulled it
Yeah,
from,
yeah.
Exactly.
like
I
that shit
fuck
is
with that
wild.
beat.
Y'all
Yeah,
niggas was
When I
tripping,
first
bro.
seen it, I was
It's simple.
that was one of those ones that I got
Hey,
pissed
man.
like, why I didn't sample this shit?
Hey, man. Look.
Yeah.
It's simple as fuck, but that shit hard, bro. Bangladesh.
Yeah, he went crazy.
That joint's
That-
hard, bro.
Yeah, that beat crazy.
Hold on, we got more comments. Masada says, man, ask a question. Yes, you can. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but why when we talk about the best producers, we don't mention the producers they originally sampled? And Gambly and Huff and Quince Jones, etc. I think primarily because we're talking about the hip hop and hip hop era. And if we talked about producers with no end, this would be a never ending conversation. So there needs to be some level of limitations and familiarity to be able to talk about it. But no, those are clearly some of the greatest, especially Quincy, greater than any producer we've ever mentioned today on this podcast. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Tylen says the title triggers me a bit. I feel like rappers. That's interesting, Tyler. I feel like rappers have been eating purely off producers forever. I agree. I like this conversation though. Y'all cooking. Salute. You know what I'm saying? Big shout out Tylen, my stunt double in my announcement video. Big shout out my G Tylen.
I literally didn't notice until I looked at the man shoes. And I
Yeah.
just know,
Tylen, you heard that?
shoes well enough. I was like, the man ain't got no.
Bro, hold on, man. Hold on. That's crazy that you say that, bro. When Tylen pulled up for the shoot, I said, yeah, you'll be straight. I looked at this man's shoes. I was like, except for them shoes, though. You know what I'm
I don't
saying?
think I ever seen man in a pair of white shoes.
That's exactly what I said, bro. That's exactly what I was like, yo. But I was like, nah, nobody gonna really notice that, bro.
and nobody, I'm a shoe nigga though. So,
He was like,
I seen the shoes. I'm like, hold on. That is
That's
not
funny,
me.
bro. That's funny. Shout out. Yeah. So we got Tylen, chiming in there. Thanks, Tylen, as always, chiming in. Damn, C-May just hold me. That's crazy, Tylen. Let's fall back from that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
I did.
Yeah, he's not holding you, bro.
I don't think I would.
I'm one to instigate too.
All right. Jay Gill, my bro, said, speaking of producers holding their weight, how do y'all feel about Timbo using ghost producers like Danger but not publicly giving Danger's flowers? Okay, so hold on. That is 1,000% a different topic.
we talked about
And that's a good topic. It's a good topic. I feel like we talked about stuff like that
That
before.
last week, right? Oh, maybe a couple weeks.
Yeah.
yeah.
But if we get a second, I'd love to come back to that. But we definitely got a set of topics that we want to rock to, because that we talking about ghost producers and all that type of stuff. That's a tunnel we could go down for sure.
Shout out Danger though.
A lot of these producers that carried this era
Yeah.
that we saying.
Nah, this era for sure.
Yeah.
That's a.
Oh,
Brag. What's going on, man?
What's going on, man? What's going on? You know what I'm saying?
Wait, so you don't like God's plan?
Hold on. Virgo's chimed in. Man said, Amelia is a slaw beat, if that's what y'all talk about.
Y'all
Damn,
crazy.
man.
I didn't say it was slaw. I like the beat.
Nah, you said it, bro.
Crazy.
They co-signing you.
All I'm saying is it definitely ain't multi-platinum without Wayne. Wayne,
Man, it's an instrumental, bro.
But no, Big Pimpin' could probably go multi-platinum without So
Put this shit out with the breakdowns and everything.
Hold on, time out. You think if Jay gets on the Amelie beat, it don't go plat?
I don't think so, man.
You crazy.
That's crazy.
You crazy as fuck,
That's
bro.
crazy.
What? I feel
crazy.
I feel like Wayne had to show the formula. That's why. There's some reason that beat ain't got sold before Millie dropped.
What?
I don't know why. The nigga probably Wayne was damn near the first nigga that heard the
That's what he was
motherfucker.
like, yo. I just watched
I don't know the story if he shopped that around. I ain't heard that. I don't think he did.
So I was
Nigga,
just saying
the
this
first
is-
nigga that heard it immediately took that bitch because this is special, nigga. I don't.
Hey, Sherman, send that,
Wayne is
man.
special.
Post a link in the chat,
that
bro.
shit
Sherman Norwood said, can he send a production for us to critique, man? We gonna see if this beat will carry a rapper or if he would need a rapper to carry. That's what we gonna do. Sherman, send that, bro. We got you. You know
I
what I'm saying?
salute that.
Corey, what it do?
Hey, so you don't
Damn, I never heard such polarizing opinions on a beat than what I'm hearing right now for the 8 Milli joint.
crazy.
I thought 8 Milli was just like a respected banger.
Bro,
I never heard no.
Millie, the song is a respected. It's one
But
of
no,
them
but niggas talk
matches.
about the beat,
bruh.
I've heard literally in songs people talk about the beat of 8 Milli.
Nigga,
Yes,
it's the
because-
most rapped on song, the most rapped on beat in
Because I feel the same way about
Nigga, everybody-
Monty Booker beats can't stand on their own. Them shits is hard. But Smino showed the world how to do it, and then once everybody heard, it was like, oh snap, they could hear the genius in the beat. But like it was Wayne's genius of like, yo, this is how you, because that flow don't even exist before Wayne.
We established the point.
It's
that
wild
Wayne
statements being
carried.
said, yo.
We established the point that Wayne carried, but the beat hard, nigga. Like,
But does Wayne come with that
we,
flow?
No, hold
without
on.
that
We
beat?
didn't establish that Wayne carried. The reason, the establishment that Wayne carried it is that the beat isn't all it can be without Wayne. Wayne carries it, and that's what I'm saying. Like it's one of
So
those
that's one
joints
of-
where it's
yeah.
like
So no other artist could pull that off. It has to be
not
him.
before Wayne.
That's a wild statement, bro.
I mean, based on the critique, I respect
Bro,
that.
I feel like Busta Rhymes carried a lot of them beats too.
Nah,
like,
Busta definitely did. A lot of this beat
Yeah,
production.
that's facts.
Busta's one of them artists to where
I
like,
think, are you delirious?
Right, his flow.
Yes. I feel like Busta
Yeah.
carried the shit out of
Most of his
that. Absolutely. Because I heard the instrumental, I was like,
and just to be honest, this is another beat I absolutely love
that
that I would
beat,
listen to the
yeah.
instrumental.
I agree
But
with
is the touch it, bring it? Is that giant?
yes, bro.
That'd be crazy.
That beat's stupid, bro.
Crazy, bro. Look.
I don't even know who rapped on that. Whose song is that, bro?
Busta Rhymes, nigga.
Busta song.
Okay.
But the beat itself is fire.
I know he
Yeah,
had
that
like,
might be. You know, I'm
I know
I'm
it had like
tripping on that one.
16
That might be,
niggas
you know
on
what I'm
that
saying?
joint.
That might be a joint. But
Hey,
that
another
beat's
one.
stupid.
What we talking
Swiss
about?
made that
beat?
shit, right?
Swiss made that.
Yeah.
joint?
That's what I'm saying. I be feeling like I hate Swiss.
you
I
know
be
what?
feeling like I hate Swiss.
I'm with Ken on this.
I be feeling, yes, bro. I be feeling like I hate that nigga because of Cash Money Hoes and on to the next and shit. But he be having just
beat, bro.
Cash Money Hoes is ridiculous, bro. It's the weakest.
I can't remember all the name.
Yeah, man. Hey, yeah, we sending beats, but you got to post a link, bro. Right in the chat. That's it. No emailing, nothing else, bro.
yeah.
You post a link, right in the comments. I'll play it. We'll tell you if a rapper would have had to carry this beat or if the beat would have carried the rapper.
I
bro,
think-
post that joint in the Discord.
I think
Yeah, post it in the
another
Discord.
one.
Hit us up,
This
man.
one might be controversial, but it comes to mind where I feel like the artist definitely made the song is One Blood. I feel like I feel like the
Honda.
like that.
He don't-
I think it's not necessarily the game though. I think it's
I gotta listen to that beat.
Hold on, you saying that?
Hey, you know, Kid like a Marley now, so he got particular opinions on it.
That's the hook, nigga.
but that's what I'm saying. I feel like that's the catchiest thing of that song in general. Like I feel like without that, are you still listening? The beat itself is cool, but it's like
Bro, that's the whole idea of the song. Like,
I get that, but I'm saying without that hook, without that artist doing that the way that he did, because anybody else singing that, it might not feel the same. It might not sound the same. I don't even think many people even remember the verses on that. It's just the hook.
That's real. I don't know if I could
We got
sing the verses.
We got another Sonny is back to change the game. He said, going back to Outkast, who else could do justice to Rosa Parks beat?
what's... Yeah. Yeah, that is a slap, hold down ass beat. You might be. Yeah, I ain't never really thought about that. You might be right, something like that is a real weird ass beat, bro.
Nah, that's a real like
knee slap.
you know what's funny? Nah. You know what it is though? Nah, hold on. Let me get my thoughts straight. without it being a trap beat, that is the most southern beat ever.
Right, that's it. Straw hat.
Absolutely, nigga.
Yo, okay, all right. This is not really controversial. The beat and the song are amazing. So I guess we got to figure out it. But this is rap. Okay, which made this song? Was it the beat? Because I definitely don't think no other artist could have got on this beat ever. Even still. What made this just special? The beat or the song? Or the artist? Hey Ya by Outkast.
Yeah, I don't even think that's a beat. That's a... Like it went together.
Who made that special? It's the same person made it.
It's 3 Stacks did the whole shit.
He did that beat?
Yeah.
Bro, I did not know
That's his whole
that.
shit. Yeah.
So he clearly made it for what he was gonna do.
Damn, I did not know that.
That's weird tempo. Like I
Damn.
didn't.
But then never mind. That's
Who
not
better?
it.
3 Stacks or 3 Stacks?
Yo, I
Which one, bro? Pick.
I did not know that. That's crazy. I was like, yo, I don't even know who made that beat.
Yeah.
Dang.
It's not even a beat. That was a whole
Bro,
situation.
hold on. I ain't know 3 Stacks, bro. He might be the GOAT, bro. Like, I didn't know he was out here like that, bro.
Bro,
That's crazy.
his whole part of the Speaker, the Love Blow, he produced it, bro.
Yeah.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
I didn't know that. I didn't know bro, I know him as a rapper.
That's
bro.
what I was saying.
Like damn.
That's what I was saying. Like,
That's
if you,
crazy.
Yo,
we
who
can
better,
talk
man? 3
Outkast.
Stacks or Andre,
Bro, I
nigga?
am tripping right now.
You got it. You gun to your head. Who? Which one better?
You just got sue me. Lose.
Damn, bro. All right, well, never mind that. That's crazy. I had no idea. Bro, y'all, I'm like literally tripping on live. That's crazy.
Yeah, speak about his Love
Yeah,
Blow.
what happened, bro?
The Love Blow is 3 Stacks.
Yo, I'm tripping right now. Damn.
That's
That's
weird.
crazy.
That nigga 3 Stacks is
Yes,
ridiculous.
sir.
Man, he
man.
produced, bro, 3 Stacks.
Yeah,
Y'all
man.
tripping about it? Bro, let that
Yeah,
man put
real
out that
moment.
Flute album and leave him alone. Bro.
He's done enough.
Bro, exactly, bro.
He's
Like,
blessed
good.
already.
He's blessed.
Nah, nigga, we need more pause.
Nah,
No,
bro.
Diddy.
All right. We got. Is it segue time? I feel like it's segue time.
I feel like he been trying to figure this out.
Nah, I was thinking about another beat, another song that came to mind. But no, we can switch it up, man. We all still in rap.
Drop it like it's hot was weak.
What?
Nah.
Who said that?
Nah, that was
Unique.
Yeah,
That was
unique.
very egregious.
That's a classic unique thing.
that was very egregious.
Yo, you gotta come to the lab and argue that, man.
That's
You gotta come
crazy.
through.
That was egregious as hell.
What?
That beat was fire, bro.
Bro, I
That
feel like
is
a million is
crazy.
debatable. Drop it like it's hot.
Yeah,
It's not.
Crazy, bro. That you, bro. What?
That nigga Chad went stupid.
Bro.
That nigga Chad walked in the studio and said, that niggas went stupid, bro. Nah, we ain't never letting that slide.
do that.
You ain't
bro.
put smut on my nigga name like that. Neptunes went crazy. And he was high as fuck in the studio because Snoop had smoked him out, bro.
Yeah,
But you know what
fucked
song
up.
though it might be? What a Neptune songs might be, bro. Again, this is
here
these
we
is
go.
debate. I feel like Milkshake might be.
Nah, hell no.
That
Hell no.
Bro, that's
Hell no.
I don't know. That hook is, bro. I
Hell
don't
nah.
know, bro.
I feel like somebody else could have done that though.
Nah.
I feel like
I feel like
Milkshake
another artist- I feel like
Milkshake is
another
one of the
artist could-
hardest beats I've ever heard.
Bro.
Bro, you're
Bro,
a wild one.
no, it is a heartbeat. I'm just saying, like, which one was like the more impactful?
Nah. But that's why I feel like another artist could have done that. I feel like if you do that same structure with a different artist, you get the same result. Like it's a,
Milkshake. And
That's
Pharrell,
hold on, that
wrote
same
that.
song, or just like another artist just on that beat doing whatever they
You
want?
doing the same shit. Pharrell wrote that anyway.
That's what I'm saying, like-
Pharrell gave her that hook.
Hey,
Pharrell probably wrote the
Unique
whole
said that jump ride. You know what I'm saying? Sonny said Milkshake was fire. You know what I'm saying? Sherman says drop it like it's hot was not weak, just repetitive. You know what I'm saying? By the way, before we dip up out of this subject, let's go ahead and peep my man Sherman's submission. You know what I'm saying? Now remember, you got to be real. Sherman, I said this when you submitted the link. I said, yo, we going to figure out if a rapper would carry this
There you go.
or if the producer would be carrying the rapper with
There you
this.
go.
Let's see what we got. Y'all got to keep it real.
Which one?
Damn, this man said a whole album.
one of them gonna work.
Yeah, am I just hitting plays? Oh no, it's probably Street Talk. Okay. Street Talk. Okay, cool. Let's listen to Street Talk. It says by Legendary out of Houston, Texas. Turn the volume up.
Legendary. Legendary.
Morgan? This feel like some Paul Wall type shit.
I was gonna say Bun B.
Yeah. Got the 111 coming out of Texas, nigga.
Yeah.
All right, it's 1 minute of it, my G. First of all, big shout out to my man Sherman for sitting in the beat. You know what I'm saying? For saying, yo, let me just ask about this by being engaged with the chat.
Appreciate it.
Big shout out. So what y'all calling, man?
Would the beat, would the rapper carry the beat, or would the beat carry the rapper?
Yeah.
The rapper. Yeah, I could see the rapper. It's a hard beat, but it wasn't like a moment in the joint that I was like, yeah. And so I feel like the rapper could carry it. I wouldn't even say the rapper would give me the idea of where this was going, and that would lean it towards the rapper carrying this joint.
Yeah, I feel the same.
Yeah.
I was definitely hearing pockets, like instead of like just the beat, I was hearing like, all right, where the rapper on sitting.
I was hearing other art.
I was hearing my Paul
Wall,
Bun B, bruh, Snuff Thug.
Riff Raff.
Bruh, Riff Raff, my nigga.
You know what I'm
He
saying?
solidified
I was hearing what they would do. You know what I'm saying?
what they would do to this.
Yeah.
But what they would do in it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, what
In
you think, bro?
between,
Yo, wow.
Yeah, man. Yo, that beat is like, I feel like that beat is a really great foundation for a great song.
Yeah.
But it feels like it's designed specifically for the rapper and what the rapper does to make it the song.
Right, together, yeah.
And so and that's a great thing. I'm not saying that from the perspective of something is missing. No. I think that I'm saying that from the perspective of some beats are created to give room for the character to be delivered by the vocalist.
Yep.
And that feels and sounds intentional in that beat. It's not missing anything. It doesn't feel like it's, like there's something wrong with it. As much as it feels like, no, like this is a great landscape for you to be creative.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. You think that'd be
For sure. Big shout out to Sherman, man, for sure. He said he left a lot of space.
tough.
Absolutely.
That
That shit, and then Knock too, man.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? For sure.
You think the artist, whoever was going there, whoever y'all hear, you think that'd be on auto-tune?
Nah.
The segue.
Damn!
Let's go. We back.
Damn! I ain't even noticed
Nigga was feeling it. He done made it back.
LJ woke up.
Damn, that shit was cold as fuck. I ain't even know, bruh. I ain't even know, bruh. I'm about to answer the question. Damn.
He back, fam. Y'all
This
crazy.
nigga LJ back in the game.
All right, we just segued to a new topic. LJ just murdered the segue, Joe. We
fucking
talking about
obliterated.
auto-tune.
Hold on, real quick. Let's explain what just happened. Sometimes I feel like the audience needs explanation.
Nigga obliterated
Okay,
that shit.
before every podcast, it is LJ's job. We all have different jobs and different roles we play when it comes to this. It is LJ's job to determine the topics that we're going to talk about for the day. Right? Now, one thing that has always been interesting to us is how do we go from one topic to the other topic, right? Over the last, I would say 6 months, LJ has gotten particularly good at finding unique ways to take what somebody said and segue it into the next topic so it doesn't feel as like blocky, like we just left one topic and went to the other. It sounds like a cohesive conversation, right? Now, us as the cast of this podcast, we've been noticing like, wow, he's getting really good at this over the months. You know what I'm saying? To the point where sometimes we don't even know the topic has changed. You know what I'm saying?
That nigga just smacked me.
Right. Now, with that being said, though, according to Kid Maestro and what he just said, apparently recently there's been a lapse in his skill, right? He hasn't been that great at it in the last few episodes, right? Right. So Kid had to celebrate and say, "Oh, he back, man. He's doing it again." Like, you know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to make sure y'all understood what was going on for sure.
Elite trends. That's down there. We putting that in the record, but
we need to clip that.
Like we gotta edit and say, hey, y'all clip that. Hey, y'all check clip that.
Yeah, man. Auto-tune, bro. Hilarious. We know now, like, I feel like auto-tune is the sound. It's the sound of, and I keep this at rap. It's the sound of rap, hip hop, or whatever, however you want to frame that. Do y'all think that there will ever be a moment where like auto tune is no longer that?
In rap?
Yeah. Or would it transition over to maybe another genre or something like that?
Well, it's definitely transitions to all the other genres for sure. Like it's it's in country music now.
Yeah, I think it's everywhere, but I still don't feel. At least I haven't heard it in any other genre as aggressively. Like I feel like currently, auto-tune is the sound of rappers.
I don't think it's going away, and this is why. Because the overall trend towards, and especially in rap, but I think in all of music, is a trend from is only obtainable to even participate in by the elite and extremely skilled. Everybody can upload their album to streaming services just like Drake. You know what I'm saying? Right. And so with that, obviously, there's gonna be less skilled people, right? And less dedicated people to gaining the skill to be able to do a particular thing. That's the trend of everything. Like everything is easier to do. Sure. So with auto-tune makes people who have melodies and want to sing and do all that kind of stuff and haven't developed their voice on the mic, right? Auto-tune bridges that gap and it's accepted by society en masse. And so like I don't feel like the trend towards music being less accessible to people is going away or going to be reversed. Therefore, I don't think a tool that assists in that trend is going to be going away. So I think it's stamped.
Okay, well, I don't think auto-tune is going away, but I guess more so what I'm asking is, I feel like currently with rap, it's even mainstream rap, like that's really being played everywhere, streaming all the time, clubs or whatever. I feel like auto-tune is heavy to the point where like sometimes you don't even know the artist's real voice.
Right.
You hear the auto-tune and you know them by the way they use auto-tune. So that's why I guess what I'm asking is like, will there ever be a moment where auto-tune isn't leaned on so much in the creative process?
I think we only
No.
Yeah, I think we only get worse. With AI going crazy too, like I feel like everything is finna go very, very automated, very as quickly as we can get this idea out and as perfectly as we can. And then I feel like I don't know. I was finna say music, but the world period is just getting lazier. Like it's just we're just a lazy. Yep. So a lot of lazy beats, a lot of lazy songs being made, and that's not some lazy songs are good. It serves its purpose, but I don't think we're getting in the no type of era where. We was talking about this off camera. Jay tried to end this shit. I think if a nigga and that was at a time where it probably could have happened.
It could have happened. Yeah.
If a nigga tried to do this shit right, if J. Cole came out with another Death of Auto-Tune or whoever the fuck want to do this, stand on that mountain.
I don't think it definitely wouldn't work right now.
The only person, no, I would say I think nobody stands a chance. But the only person I think who would think highly enough of themselves to stand a chance is Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, and that nigga Auto-Tune.
And also like. It's also just like auto-tune like functionally is like exactly what you said, makes things easier, whatever, but it also is kind of like it helps people deal with their own insecurities in the studio. You know what I mean? Like and so
say it.
You like people like in a way, I feel like it helps people be more vulnerable, like, or at least express their ideas more, because it hides other insecurities. Like, people can't even think about being creative because they're not good enough to like listen to themselves on the mic yet. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yep.
And so
Yep.
I feel about
that's
that.
that's a blockade. Like,
Yeah.
you know, you got people coming to say, "Yo, I have an idea, or I want to do something, or whatever." And like, same thing with engineering. Like, there's people who would probably be artists now if they had went into a studio and recorded with a dope engineer that made them sound so good as soon as they came out the booth that they had the confidence to keep going. But if you record with a terrible engineer and you sound like shit, you know what I'm saying? It's like all of that stuff adds up to being very discouraging. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you're in a space where you're trying to be vulnerable with your expression. You know what I'm saying? And so in that way, just aside from like the whole like kind of it's lazy or easy argument, it's a very useful tool for in the studio for expressing your ideas in the art as an artist. And I don't see that not being utilized to the fullest.
I feel that, but part of me wants to hate it so bad because, like, part of me wants to hate that statement because it's like, bro, just get better. Yeah. Like, put the work in and get better. And that could just be from my mentality of like, shit. When I first started,
but get better for what? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, to what end? Like, get better so you don't use auto-tune. But what? What
I say?
What does that get you?
What? Noriega. Let's get it. Hold on, real quick. Let me chime in with the comments real quick for y'all to get too heavy. Sherman says, as a producer, replace auto-tune with synths. I'm not exactly sure how that. Do you just mean like vocal synths? Okay, because I'm not sure how we replace vocal effects with keyboards. So I'm assuming you mean vocal synths. Okay. That was Sherman's comment. Unique says, I def see another genre. I'm not sure what that was referring to. Sherman says, I don't think auto-tune is the problem. Hold on, real quick before we go. If y'all can help me out, when y'all drop comments in here, please like type them out in a way to where when I come back to them, I'll understand what we're talking about because this conversation moves on pretty swiftly. I don't think auto-tune is the problem. I think certain engineers plug it into their templates so often you don't get a chance to hear what someone sounds like.
That's me.
Hold on. But I'm gonna push back on that. I'm gonna say this: like, engineering is a service. Like
there we go.
Like we're unless it's an engineer and like a partnership type of vibes, which is an extreme minority in the music industry, right? Like we're here to do what the artists tell us to do. So if the artist wants auto-tune, I mean, imagine going into a professional studio with an engineer that's just be the recording engineer, and imagine Future walking in there and being like, all right, put my auto-tune on, and the engineer being like, you know what, Future, no.
You should learn how to sing.
You lost
No,
your
Future.
whole That's a wrap.
We're not doing that, okay? And if you got a problem with me, go to another. He would be gone. Like
You would be gone.
that's facts. He would never work again.
We just standing right there.
That would be a wrap. That would be such
And you
a
are
wrap.
getting walked out. Nigga gonna grab you by your head.
Lace your ass outside the door.
Okay, Corey says, I think AI is the next wave where it's not auto-tuned, but a whole different voice overlaid over an artist's voice in real time. That's a real thing. In CapCut, I've done my own monologues over content that I'm putting out, and I can just choose a voice.
Oh my God.
Damn, that's real.
I can just choose a voice in CapCut, and that's available for $9.99 a month. That's
Imagine
crazy.
what you can do.
That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Replace artists out here.
Bro, imagine that in the like real time when you recording. Yo, pull me up a
Bro,
Barry White type joint.
yeah. Bro, that's gonna be real.
y'all, for facts.
That's gonna be real. Cause I'm gonna be real. When tuning first came out, it wasn't in real time, right? The processing and just where we were, that wasn't a real thing. That couldn't happen yet. Now there absolutely is a low latency mode
Yep.
for auto-tune FX, right? Where you can in real time hear pitch change of your out-of-tune voice. You know what I'm saying? It's absolutely on the way.
Jeez.
Anyway, my bad. Y'all continue.
That's scary. Well, okay, going back to what you were saying and why I say I wanna hate on it, because I mean, I feel like then you never really get over your insecurity. If you're insecure about your voice or whatever the case may be, then like you using an effect to like deter you from that isn't going to necessarily help you get used to that.
Man, I feel like.
Hey, hold on, real quick, man. No disrespect, because I'm about to get disrespectful. My man Midas the Beast.
Here we go.
Big shout out, my G Midas the Beast. You know what I'm saying? AKA James, the other James. You know what I'm saying? This man said, all I do is carry these producer niggas, man. Hey, first and foremost,
Real though.
nah, it's not real.
Hold on, man.
It's not real. Hold on. First and foremost, I'm going to salute my brother and his extreme consistency in claiming that he is the greatest thing to ever grace planet Earth. Not even in rap. Just period in existence. You know what I'm saying? He's been doing this for 20-something years. I'll say this. If he had typed anything other than this, I would think he'd been kidnapped. You know what I'm saying? And something is wrong, right? So big shout out my man Midas the Beast. Still the same brother since day one. Now, he's still the same wrong brother since day one, right? He's been wrong. He's been wrong for over 2 decades. You know what I'm saying? He's been consistently wrong for years. You know what I'm saying? But big shout out to the level in which you believe in yourself. You know what I'm saying? I really respect his belief in himself. Let's clap it up for Mike. You know what I'm saying? Big shout out, Mike. My bad.
See, that's what I'm saying. Self-belief, my guy.
But self-belief to what end? Like, if your insecurities are holding you back from a goal you desire, then you should work. Then it's absolutely something you should work to build. But I feel like you have to first care. You know what I mean? Like, it has to be something that you feel is actually holding you back. If auto-tune is like, yo, if you like legit came in and was like, all I want to do is write songs that people enjoy, that are catchy or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I thought bro was about to say, all I want to do is drum zoom.
zoom, zoom, your boom, boom. Then all I need from you is to shake your rump.
The fuck is we talking?
Get me to get better at singing.
Nigga, shake your
I don't want that.
Nigga, shake your rump. Nigga, shake your rump. That's what Diddy was. Singing shit. Nigga, shake your rump. Mace, what is you doing? Biggie, what the fuck are you doing?
So what I'm saying, I'm not saying you're wrong, but I don't think everybody's like shortcomings to them are necessarily goal prohibitive, and so like sometimes it don't mean as much. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I feel like everybody ain't trying to be a singer. Like Future's not trying to. I feel like some niggas do need to get better. Like I feel like some niggas can. It gets into like a out like they like to call like out rap or whatever. Like some of that shit. Like some of these niggas can benefit out taking some singing courses and getting better. But I would still do auto-tune. But I would just like you to be better at getting the initial idea out first. But a nigga like Future or Uzi or something like that, like they're not trying. Like, and I don't know. I don't feel like niggas be hiding behind. I feel like Uzi would do this shit regardless. It's just gonna sound like trash. I don't feel like niggas be hiding behind auto-tune. Auto-tune just literally be they sound like this.
yeah, I think for some people, but I mean, there's definitely people who is like, yo, I need some like tuning. You know what I'm saying? Like it'd be people who like are struggling. Like I've worked with singers who like are struggling to get the idea. They're trying to get this jump recorded, and it's like the fact that their voice is not where they want it to be that day is like preventing them from even doing it. And as an engineer, I'm trying to create an environment for creativity to flow and for there to be a momentum of forward thinking. Like my mind isn't thinking like, well, the best thing is for you to just like suck right now, and you know maybe we should just end the session so you like go home and practice. Like, nah, I'm like, well, okay, let's figure out the solution so you can get this idea out. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's not what I was saying. What I'm saying, I'm speaking on if you're leaning into auto-tune as as an excuse.
Hold on, real quick. We got some comments. Let's see. Nubia says, I feel bad, but I agree with LJ. That's why niggas are ass live. Damn.
Well,
She also said, I feel bad because I get that that's a purist position. Nikita says, niggas shake your rump is wild. I agree as well. You know what I'm saying?
That shit's so crazy. She's crazy, bro.
Walk it off.
It was the cadence in which he said it, too. Hold on. It was I was like, is he really about to say this? Yo, when we done rewind the tape, you gonna see why. I was like, what?
All I wanted to he brought it up too. No,
so Nubia, to your point about like that's why niggas is ass live. You know,
niggas got auto-tune
bro,
live. Man.
Yo, auto-tune is live as hell, bro. Like that's niggas' jobs now, and there's so many tools to like, bro. I literally put auto-tune on people's live performances and adjust it so you know what I'm saying just to help them be. You know, the person that they want to be on stage.
Hella compressors. Like niggas be real.
Yeah.
Studio
but that's another thing too. Like auto-tune, obviously we talk about pitch correction. Yeah. Pitch is 100% something that you can control, like as a vocalist, right? So I don't want to take. It is assistive, but you know, just to be honest, you know, so is like compression. We know people who can project. Yeah. And control their voice to make them cut through the crowd.
Speak on it. But absolutely.
But we help them with compression and EQ and all that. And there's some people that don't need that because they work on their craft. But we're not talking about auto-tune in the same way that we talk about compression. Compression is like a tool. Like no, you gotta. That's what make records. Like no, but there's artists who do that shit just because they know how to use their voice.
Right. Nah, there are levels to using your voice. And honestly, and I think the clearest you can see this is just go and watch and listen to vocalists from the 60s and the 70s, right? Like again, before they had these live elements, right, as readily available. And even you go back even further, go back to the 40s and 50s, you know what I'm saying? Like you can hear, you can watch, like now people just sing, but you used to watch people pull the microphone backwards and forwards to their voice as a way of leveling themselves out in real time. They were cognizant of these things. They were cognizant of the same effects of compression. They used their voice. You know, and you know, I've seen this even today. There are people naturally who are really good at even self-EQing themselves, right? The way that they project their voice, and they're really good at projecting their voice in a way to where the part of their voice that cuts through is still maintained with high level of integrity. He is absolutely correct. Everybody judges vocalists off of notes. There are so many other ways to judge vocalists that never get that same attention. But if you go back in time, before we had readily available machines to correct them, you absolutely were looking for that. Absolutely. That's very true.
I guess, so what I'm saying is, I'm not saying that we don't use these tools, but I'm saying if you have a fear of sounding the way, so you lean into auto-tune to help you like to push away, to hide that fear. I feel like that's a problem.
It could be a problem, but I think it's just like, what's the priority? Is the priority that I get this song, this idea out, or that I just go practice a bunch until I can come get this idea out without help?
And it's always gonna be, let's get this shit out right now in this session. I'm not gonna say all.
I mean, look, man, I hate to, at the end of the day, this giant, you know what I'm saying? But big shout out Glow, you know what I'm saying? But like at the end of the day, they gonna end. At the end of the day, that's a fact. Like this conversation is merely for the sake of conversation because there has never been a time where something got easier and then people decided to make it harder. Like this is a trend, like you said in the very beginning of this. Like, if it made something easier, it's not going away. And it's most likely going to soak into everything we ever see for the rest of time. You know what I'm saying? Because that's mankind. Right? Mankind is, it's easier, bet. Like, you know, and so now I do think, though, the beauty of oversaturation of ease, right? And this is, I benefit from this all the time, you know what I'm saying? And I'm going to keep it all the way live, especially with the producers and engineers in this city, you know what I'm saying? Like, the fact that things are a lot easier, it does mean that there are more producers and engineers in the city who would see themselves as competing as producers and engineers in the city. Absolutely. But what I'm here to tell you is that most of you are just competing with each other. You're not competing with the people who actually know how to do this. Because people will always pay us significantly more commas and digits because we actually know what we're doing. I don't need Isotope to figure it out, right? And that allows me a freedom, right, to do extraordinary things in extraordinary ways because I understand this shit deeply. You know what I'm saying? So while this dynamic will always create more of these people, it does, and in fact, it just makes that letter in the mail a little bit more special.
Right.
And people will pay more for something that's clearly a little bit more special. And I lean in on that. That's why I don't have a problem with all of this stuff getting easier, because I actually know what I'm doing. And the right people, not the guy at the very bottom who doesn't care, he's just trying to get his song out. Maybe he doesn't know the difference. But the people with a whole bunch of money, they know the difference. And that's who I'm looking for anyway.
Figgity facts.
At the end of the day.
At the end of the day.
We got more comments. Nubia said, I think I'm just salty because if none of this matters, then why am I beating my own ass in pursuit of being a skilled vocalist? It's a wild statement. It's in a variety of ways, but
Yeah, I mean, for exactly what Matt just
exactly,
said,
exactly.
levels.
Natural skill will prevail, right? Trying hard to do. I mean, I'll say this, man. When I saw the Hawk Tour shit, I was like, man, why am I trying to be skilled at that shit, bro?
I fight with that shit every day.
Yeah, I think about like people like Justin Vernon from Bon Iver, right? Who obviously part of his sound is heavily auto-tuned, and he uses the Medina or Messina or whatever, like that instrument that does all the crazy chords with his voice and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And like that's clearly a part of his sound. And it might deceptively be like something that people feel like is a crutch or that's the only reason he sounds good or is special, right? I went and saw him live, and nah, he's where he is because the voice that he puts into all those tools, like, is highly refined. Right. You know what I'm saying? Due to his own practice and skill level, to where it means that when I try to use those same tools, it's not going to be as special. Period. Like, you know what I'm saying? T-Pain, like nobody using auto-tune was as special as T-Pain when he was doing it, because T-Pain was not only an amazing songwriter through practice, he was just an amazing singer by himself. He had an amazing ear and could put harmonies together in ways nobody could. So when he used auto-tune, people weren't getting the same results. That's why he was special, right? And that's why it was a creative tool for him and a corrective tool for somebody else.
Right. And I think that's my thing with it. Like, I don't necessarily have an issue with auto-tune, but I have a problem when, I guess, the music itself starts to sound like so repetitive because everyone's using the same tool over and over. And like, for instance, when T-Pain did auto-tune, it was dope to me because he did it in a creative way that's, like you said, suits him. When Kanye did it, it was dope to me because it was a creative way that suits him. But I feel like now everyone tries to do it the same way, and they all want to sound like Future, Thug, or whatever. Like, it's just and that's my thing with it. Like, it's become so much of the sound to where not many people are trying to, I guess, push the culture forward in that regard.
Okay, so this is my global rebuttal to that idea.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. I see people all the time say similar things where they say things like, music today is trash, or music is not what it used to be, or, blah, 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 blah. Music is repetitive. Music is blah, blah, blah. There's a whole bunch of things, right? And the thing that I realize, like, what they're getting caught up in, right, is like, those are people, they're not just like nostalgic for the past, right? That's not what it is. Because that's, you'll pin those people and say like, oh, you just old nigga, or you just this, you just that. Right. No, that's not what it is, right? They're not caught up in like nostalgia of old music, but what they are caught up in, right, is the idea of the presentation of music previously. For example, right? So when music was all on the radio, right? When the majority of music had to grace an MTV or a BET or whatever to be successful, right? Then yeah, you know what I'm saying? It would be very easy to say most music sounds like this, right? But in today's scenario, right, what you're really saying is like most mainstream music sounds like this. Because back then, right, it was different. Like now, there is significantly more music that is not mainstream music.
True.
Right? It is only people looking at the front door that are making that judgment. If you're looking at the entire house, nah, actually, this is not the case.
Crazy shit going on.
Absolutely. Nah, actually, actually, there's a whole bunch of people not using auto-tune. There's a whole, there are parts of music you could get lost in and never hear auto-tune ever again. But you just have to be willing to not judge music by the front door of music. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's me, for example, where it's like, I'm gonna be real. Like, I listen to new music all the time. I'll let Spotify just roll, and just so that I can discover new music. I won't hear auto-tune for months. Right. And I'll come across artists who aren't just like, they got 2 listens. No, they got like 100,000, 200,000, 500,000 listens. No auto-tune. You have to stop judging what it is simply by what is happening where Future is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Where Uzi, you know what I'm saying? Like, respect to what those guys are doing, but that's like this big of the pie now.
Yeah.
Back then, it would have been this big of the pie.
True.
Yeah, it's kind of like what we were talking about last week or 2 weeks ago, or whatever, about the 808s and versus like bass. Like 808s is heavily here, but bass is never really. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's still a lot of music that's not using 808s.
Then you got Bangladesh who put the 808s and bass together on the Lemonade motherfucker, and he carried.
That's a beat that carried the artist. That's a beat that carried the artist.
Man, still, is he choosing to hate on Bangladesh?
That nigga hating on Bangladesh so hard, man. That nigga hating on, this nigga hating on Bangladesh so hard. And Bangladesh won't smoke, bro. He will.
Hey, bro.
Come on, bro.
Please come on the joint. I'm just like, let's
come on the joint.
Wow.
Niggas is wild.
I would like to hold on, bro. I would like to say for the record, no Diddy.
You gonna blanket that on this whole pod, the whole episode.
Before we get started, no Diddy.
That's what's up, man.
Well, are you referencing Bangladesh though? I mean,
I'm definitely referencing Lemonade because I love the combination of 808s and bass.
Yeah,
I definitely would reference that song. I would probably reference Amelia as well. If I made, if I made a
you
beat,
already hate your shit.
if I made a beat that was simply for the artist to come, you know what I'm saying, make it special,
nigga,
then that's
delete Amelie from all your Spotify. All this. Don't ever
Nigga never gonna make Amelie. I don't listen to Millie Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, man,
Listen to
you gotta fall
nobody,
back,
man.
bro.
all this shit.
yeah. So
y'all admit that Wayne carried the joint, so I don't
No,
know
we
what
did
we're
not.
talking about.
No, we
I don't
did
know
not.
what we're talking about, bro.
I don't remember admitting
The
that,
beat
bro.
was crazy, bro.
Nah,
Rewind it back.
did Wayne carry the joint? Yes or no?
It's
C
the-
major.
I said
See,
Wayne
Okay,
carried.
then we agree.
But no, we don't agree, nigga. You said the beat was whack.
I didn't say the beat
yes,
was
you
whack.
did,
No,
nigga.
rewind this shit. Y'all got the shit.
You
Phil.
said
Y'all
the
know
shit
I didn't
was
say
whack.
was
Trash,
You
bro.
said the shit was trash.
Man,
You
try
said
to
it was
instigate
garbage.
me, bro. Hey,
You
bro.
call Bangladesh a
Why?
garbage ass nigga.
Garbage
All my
ass
people in
nigga.
the comments, why y'all letting them gaslight y'all like that? Y'all was watching this shit.
Nah, man. What's the
You
comment?
said that nigga shouldn't even be a
He
producer.
said it was
right?
garbage. He said it was trash. I'm reading the comments, bro. That's what they said. Oh, man, come on, man. I don't make up the rules, man.
A million here, a million there.
All right, back to
Nikita, the last thing. The A Millie beat is hard.
Exactly. End of the podcast. We done.
That's it,
That's
dog.
it.
That's it, dog. Now
I
on to
like
our sponsors.
that. I do
nigga.
like that beat.
Sponsored by Coffee Black. You know what I'm saying? Indeed.
You niggas
you
is
know
making
what?
me mad, bro.
Yeah, snatch that up for your boy, man. Snatch
yeah,
that up.
yeah.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate that.
like, niggas
We're
making
gonna
me
keep
mad.
it low.
Motherfuckers is making me mad.
Keep it on, you know?
No doubt, no doubt.
Damn, we don't even even know.
You don't even know what's happening.
That's about 5 years ago.
I just want to watch it play out.
Hey, we watching the playback right now to see if y'all saw what just happened. Hold on, give us a second, bro.
I knew we could. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't know what that is.
Right. We live with it.
All right, no doubt. All right,
But yeah, we got this last one.
we got-
Referencing, man. During your mixes, are you still referencing mixes? Referencing songs? Are you doing during the mix? Are you into after the mix? Like, what's your approach?
This is something that I 100% do not do enough. I need to do. This is something that I feel like I don't know. You know where you think you are in your engineering. You know whatever in your career, whatever you think. I think a nigga should have a reference for everything he mixes, bro. That's just a guideline, and it's so different from producing. Like in producing, that be feeling like weird and like cheating and but engineering, no, like it's not, that stipulation is not there. So why wouldn't you But I feel like every time I've had a reference and I knew this is where I want the vocals to sit, and this song the kick was here, and this song this. Every time I had that, bro, those are some of the best mixes and some of the easiest like fun mixes I've ever done. So I feel like every time I don't have that, that's when I start to overthink and I'm tweaking too much and shit not sounding right. Now I'm coming to Mad like, hey man, yo, can you help me? And Mad turn around and be like, yo, what was the reference? And I'm like, damn.
That was a missing
Damn.
That's what it was.
Like, it be shit like that. Like I feel like I always, not always, but most of the times I'm going straight. It's some chance that I probably can pull off just because I know the artist well, I know what we're trying to do. But especially if I'm going in a lane where I haven't been or I'm not as familiar with, 100%, bro. Like the reference game is crazy.
Yeah, I think that's where it's at for me now. At this point in my career, my journey, it comes down to if I'm working with someone I haven't worked with, if I'm doing something I haven't done as far as like the style of music. But I feel like now, so I know what I like. I know what works for me and the artists that I'm working with, to where I don't reference that much as I used to. I think now I was more so at the end. Like once I go through everything and get it how I want to, unless I'm having an issue within the mix itself. And then I'm like, okay, I don't like how this low end is sitting. Okay, what's my reference for this? And then I will go there. But now, 9 times out of 10, I'm referencing like towards the end of the mix. Yeah. To see if it's where I want it to be, versus actually like during the mix, the A/B and stuff.
When you do that, all right, you towards the end of the mix, you fucking with it, but you got your reference and it's completely off. What are you sticking?
I really have that problem.
You just hit mute on the record.
I mean, so I really have that problem.
Yeah, okay.
Now, but it also depends on. I try to, because I get in that journey in the cycle. If I do that, I start overthinking the process. So I also go to, do I like the song? Yeah. And then if I feel myself making too many moves back and forth, but it's like kind of the same shit, I stop myself and just send the song off to whoever I'm working with, and then I allow them their feedback to determine kind of how I approach it. Because there's been times, bro, I've mixed songs, and we all engineer, we all mix songs or whatever. Like I would mix the same shit like 20-something times. I'm like, bro, and I find myself making the
Peace.
same
Thank you, brother.
moves back and forth, and that's why I'm just like, bro, take your hands off of it. Then I just sit it out to my niggas, get feedback, and I'm like, okay. If everyone fucking with it, it's cool. The artist fucking with it, it's cool. Then I tend to be like, I bet we're working from here, versus me fighting with myself, going like, this don't sound right. Okay, this sounds cool. Like, yeah, I used to go through that cycle a lot, but now it's definitely more so towards the end. And again, like you said, if it's not matching the reference, it comes down to taste for me at that point.
Man, so I'll say this, man. Like, I think the reference comment, and one more time, let me give a big shout out to Masada, man. Thank you for tuning in and chiming in with us, bro. Man, I've always been a fan of your ideas and how much you've helped the MPC world. So salute, brother. Salute.
That means right.
Yeah, man, for real. Yeah, let me just say this, man. We're talking about references specifically, but I can't help but associate this with just maybe a broader idea. Like the number one thing that, like, we could all walk out of here today saying, yeah, man, absolutely, we should use references, but that's not. The number one thing is that that requires a discipline, right? It requires a consistency. It requires a systematic approach to things. I'll never forget, like, the very first time I watched a professional engineer mix something. Yo, you know what the number one thing that this guy did throughout the whole mix that I was just like, wow, I don't even do this barely at all. Nah, the number one thing that this guy did for hours was hit the bypass button.
Now that, yes.
Right?
Yeah.
He would make adjustments to a plugin, an EQ or a compressor, something, right? And he would always measure the distance he went in every move, right? He would go in, put an LA 2A on something, you know, or I mean, even in hardware units, because we were in Studio C at Quad, you know, he would just put it in bypass mode just to hear, okay, what difference did I actually make in what I just did, right? And it also keeps you measuring simple things, like not just how compressed or EQ'd, blah, blah, but also things like how loud it is, right? Because that, if you're new to engineering, you know that like perceived loudness can help you can help make you feel like something is better now, and it's not. You just made it louder, right?
I fucked up so many songs because of that.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying is like he hit the bypass so much that you could tell he was disciplined in measuring everything he did, making sure that every move that he made was an actual move forward, not a lateral move or a move in the wrong direction, because that's what happens. Yeah. When you don't use a reference, sometimes you're making moves and they're moves in the wrong directions. And it's a lot easier to know it's a move in the wrong direction when you're consistently toggling between what you're doing and that reference. Yeah. Right? It's the same frame of thought. Like, oh, damn, no, I just made the kick too loud. Like, it doesn't take long to recognize that. As soon as you toggle that reference and you're like, oh, no, that kick is hitting, boom, my kick is too loud. You know what I'm saying? And so when I think about, like, adherence to a reference, I think most people in the engineering world are gonna no person's gonna just think of a reference and be like, nah, that's hurtful to what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? I think most of us are gonna agree how creatively that's a good, like, measuring stick. You know what I'm saying? It's the discipline to stay attached to that, though. Yeah. That to me is the rarer thing, right? Is like, you know, how often are you checking that reference, right? And then, like, on a whole nother level, are you good at breaking down that reference? One thing that I try to teach young interns that we rock with, at some point I tell them, like, yo, one of my magic powers is the ability to just listen to one element in the song, the whole song, right? Because that's when you realize that things are changing. Like, you might be like, okay, I know that lead melody, right? The lead melody goes dun, 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 whatever, right? Right. But if you find a way to listen to that song for 3 minutes and find a way to tune out the drums, tune out the vocal, tune out the bass, and just hear that dun, 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 what you're gonna realize is that before the vocals come in is dun, 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 and then when the vocals come in is dun, 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 and then when the hook comes in is dun, 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 because now you got chords, now you got bass, now you got all this stuff, and then once the vocals and everything go back out again, now it's dun, 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 dun. And so now you're recognizing, oh wow, there's either an automation for the volume of this lead, you know, line, or there's some level of compression happening, right? To where when other things are happening, that thing moves a little bit out of the way, right? But it takes a certain kind of mental approach to listen to one thing and just listen to one thing in that one thing. And all of that is a part of having a reference, right? A reference is not simply like how loud is the kick, how loud is the snare, right? It's also recognizing how things change over time. And your dedication to that reference is not just how does it sound in the first 4 bars? Yeah. It's how does it sound in the hook? How does it sound in the bridge, right? And all of these different details. And that requires a discipline to always go back and be like, all right, let me check this. Let me check that. Okay. you know, throughout the process of a 4 to 6 hour mix.
Yeah.
You know, that's discipline.
Yeah, for me, I definitely use references, especially if I'm working with like a client, with something I didn't produce.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, there's just like there's like a level of like ego that goes out the window. You know what I'm saying? It was like, yo, this is like purely like a service. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I'm really here to like make sure you're getting what you want. You know what I mean? And obviously when you're getting into it, you feel like creative or whatever, but like there's definitely like, I'm always asking for reference. Like what,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? What do you like about this?
Facts.
And then also being able to recognize like, when you have references that aren't necessarily similar to what you have to work with, and extracting like, okay, what do you mean by that? You like you just like this relationship, or you like
talking about when they give you references.
yeah, and you're like, oh, you like the emotion of the way they sang this, and we need to figure out, like, you know what I'm saying, just being able to differentiate, because sometimes it just doesn't make sense to try to copy everything.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know, level for level, when that's not the vibe. But you can get similar. I don't know. It's just,
I think
this is a way to kind of more interpret it.
Well, I think the crux of what you're saying regarding working with a client or with a new artist who's you're trying to figure out how to mesh with, right, is that and this is, to me, this is the engineer's responsibility, right? Like clients, artists, vocalists, instrumentalists, whatever, right? Like it is helpful when they know engineer language, right? But that is not their job.
Right.
That's not their job, right? Their job is to speak their language, right? The engineer's job is to convert their language to what should I do, right?
Exactly.
It's the same thing when you go to the doctor, right? We shouldn't have to be doctors to talk to a doctor, right? It's the doctor's responsibility to be like, does it hurt when you do this? You know what I'm saying? To figure out and how to assess your actual problem, right? References are a bridge.
Yeah.
References are a bridge. It's giving a client or an artist the ability to explain something that they may not know how to speak in engineering talk. And even when they give you a reference, you still have to ask questions, right? Yeah. You're still like, okay, that's cool. You like this. That's what's up, man. Why? Right? You know, and be not to be unafraid or to not hesitate to ask very specific questions, right? Because that's one thing I learned about clients too, is like I learned, and artists and unapologetic, you know what I'm saying? Like I've learned that like a lot of the things that I listen to in a mix, our artists do not be listening to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like an artist will bring me a song and I'll be like, yo, this is a dope mix. And they'll be like, yeah, it's amazing. And I'll be like, yeah, man, especially how this moves. And they'll be like, oh, I didn't even notice that was there. And I'll be like, well, damn. Okay. And then you realize like, they're just listening to the voice.
Right. You're having two different conversations.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like they're like, it's not like the mix to a lot of, and this is something I've learned. The mix to a lot of vocalists is simply how does their voice sound, and then how do things sound around their voice.
Yep.
That's it.
That's it.
I could be acknowledging, man, that low end is thumping, or man, the stereo width of this, and man, nope, none of that stuff matters to these people. You know what I'm saying? Like, right. But that's why you got to question. You got to figure out not only what is a good mix, what matters in that mix. Like you have to prioritize things, right? Because that's what mixing is. Mixing is prioritizing things. Everything can't be right down the middle. Everything can't be wide on the sides. Everything can't be bright. Everything can't be the same level. So you need to figure out, okay, what is most important here? And reference mixes help tell that story.
Yeah, right. And it just keeps you honest. You know what I mean? I think, you know, for me, like the
nigga, you trash.
Yeah, it really does.
This reference. Damn, I'm trash.
I think
you bypass this shit. Damn,
I think the main thing that like I was just be listening, but I feel you on the like, yo, at the end type shit, because especially like when I'm like doing stuff that I produce or whatever, like a lot of times like I'm like part of like I won't start with a reference a lot of times, because to me like there's still an element of like I still feel like I'm in a journey of creating a sound that is, you know, mine. And so part of it is just like, yeah, this just was what I was feeling, and you know what I'm saying, that's just gonna kind of be what it is. And then like over time just sticking to that because yo, this is what I liked at this point, and let's see how it evolves over time. Like now this is just a decision,
Right.
you know, that is something I just came up with. But I often found, especially doing Tajin tapes, because I'm making these beats so quickly and putting them
Tajin
out.
tapes available now. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
available, you know what I'm saying?
Everywhere.
Because I'm making so many beats so quickly and putting them out, right? I don't have time to, you know, like I can't spend a month on every, you know what I'm saying? It's just I just don't have that ability. So I had to get systematic with certain joints. Like it forced me to be like, okay, like this, I'm always gonna do this on my master bus, and I just came to the conclusion this the Kid Maestro sound, you know what I'm saying, for now, and like working within that allows me to make adjustments over time, and now that template is different. But like I had to just completely make a decision, and part of that decision was like I have one reference for all the beats I make, you know what I'm saying, even though they vary stylistically, there's like a overall like sonic contour that I make sure to apply. So there's like a level of consistency, you know what I mean? And I'll allow room for like one beat on this jump. I'm just like, oh, this actually feels better like here. But like in general, I have a rule like there's this one beat that I reference, and like it has to kind of follow this jump. And that's kind of taught me. So when I get towards the end of a mix of one of those beats, and then I'm like checking the reference, and then I make adjustments to make it closer to the reference, what I found is that like as much as I want to like be the architect of my own sound in my head, like a lot of people just have made better decisions overall to me, and when I move it closer to that reference, I often like, you know what I'm saying, like, oh yeah, this does sound better, you know what I'm saying, there was a reason I like this reference. Right. And so that's kind of been a big learning lesson for my own personal productions, because you know when I'm mixing my own beats, it's hardly ever that I'm using a reference, and then I just have kind of learned that like, you know, this is helpful even when you're making your own sound. It's just I think you need a lot of reps over time to hear the difference and like, okay, this is my departure from this reference.
I think the number one reason you don't use a reference is ego or laziness. You know what I'm saying? Because you're absolutely right. It can even help you discover your own sound because, and I'm gonna ask one more question and then we're gonna go into some final thoughts and concerns. Really quick, rap. And I don't subgenre me. I'm just gonna say rap. You know what I'm saying? You gotta choose a reference. What you choosing? You gotta mix a rap song. Please don't do that. Just give me a reference. Rap.
For me,
yeah.
Let's see where I'm going.
I feel like for me, do I have just a song though? I'm pretty sure it's definitely something within the TDE family. I feel like currently right now a lot of my rap reference will be leaning towards something off of Schoolboy's Q last project. I love the way that project sounds. That's the one I've been studying that joint.
Yeah.
My go-to used to be in a lot of my rap joints was a Travis Scott Days Before Radio joint called Backyard. That was my joint. I love the way the way that beat is like at that time was 90% of all my beats. It was like hi-hat and actual live hats kick. It just synced up to what I was doing production wise, and Travis vocals just was crazy on there. But right now, I feel like when I'm especially with the stuff I'm doing with Punch Out, I'm referencing a lot of shit from like Tekka Plan A album. He got a junk called 120 on there that sounds like mixing wise sounds amazing. So that's what I got to right now.
Kid, what you thinking, bro?
I'm looking through a playlist because I got a playlist of these, but it's kind of old, so I'm like, all right, fuck, this is hard, but I would say right now, fuck, jeez.
The podcast is boring because we waiting on Kid.
Yeah, I mean, come back to me.
Mine is very simple. It is probably the last 2 Schoolboy Q albums. Yeah. And I'll just go in and choose something off of those albums because they vary in sound and style. Yep. But more specifically, I think the elements used in today's trap-esque productions they're such the same elements over and over and over again. Same 808, same clap, same snare, same hi-hat. That I find that while I would like to use a reference in those, it's easy to remember where to put those because it's literally the same sounds over and over and over again. Meanwhile, when you have like drum breaks and all these different samples and sounds and things that can vary, for me, that's when it's significantly more important to have a reference. And on a Schoolboy Q album, you get both. You know what I'm saying? And you get both in a way to where they all make sense standing next to each other, right? So big shout out Schoolboy Q, and I believe Mixed by Ali is still mixing and stuff. Yeah. So I found that to be a great job. What you got, kid? I gave you some time.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you did.
Man, the last time I had to I had to message an engineer and be like, "Yo, I love these mixes." I was so hyped.
Oh,
it would probably be, especially for what I am doing now, it would probably be the last No Worries album. I had to sit there and DM. I was like, bro, I love the way these sound, man. So it'll probably be that one.
I might have to take mine, but I don't use references enough, and I don't reference it enough. But for a good moment, the Jugger album, bro, was one of them ones.
That was
bro.
one of them ones.
And I need to go back to that. That
was one of them ones.
I forget the guy who mixed it, but one that did those beats, and I feel like the guy was some Spider. But anyway, the engineer on them just went stupid, bro.
Yeah,
everything was sitting.
I had never, bro.
Yeah.
I can't think of many times in my life where I just did not understand what was going on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, how is he doing this?
How the fuck is this kick coming through? Bro,
that was crazy.
Yeah.
I just remember as soon as I heard that, I went to Pro Tools like, how's he doing? You know what I'm saying? That's real as hell. Real quick, I got my man Corey. We gonna shout you out right quick just for being engaged, man. I'm gonna answer your question, even though we over time. Corey says, James, question, do you listen to rock or other genres to better understand how rap tracks are or aren't mixed? Yeah, not only do I listen to them, I record them and mix them as well.
Yes, sir.
So I am not just a hip-hop engineer. I've recorded and mixed maybe most genres of music. So absolutely, I study it all. And we currently have artists, currently a part of Unapologetic now, who are doing all of this stuff. Rap is slowly becoming a minority here at Unapologetic. But the percentage of rap amongst our artists has definitely decreased in the last 4 to 5 years. So absolutely. That's one of the primary reasons we got Outer Space, is that we have this space to do live recordings with bands and take every sound to the next level. So big shout out to Corey for the question, man. It gave me a chance to promote, you know what I'm saying, what we do at Outer Space. And I'm about to promote one other thing. Big shout out to our sponsors, Coffee Black. I'm going to let y'all know right now, man, in a couple weeks, we drop Mad Black.
Sheesh.
Crazy.
Mad Black, official I Make Mad Beats, Coffee Black collaboration, you know what I'm saying? Let me let y'all know what it is. Dark chocolate and passion fruit blend.
Crazy.
Rwandan beans.
Amazing. If you don't drink coffee, just open it up and sit it in your room. You good,
That's
bro.
facts, bro. That's facts.
Quite fragrant.
That's facts. And it's, at an affordable price. You know what I'm saying? It'll be available at Wands, 11/16/2024. The release show at the Planetarium. You know what I'm saying? It'll be available there. We'll probably set up some sort of pre-orders or whatever on the internet. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir. On the nets.
Yeah. We'll set that up, man. But if y'all like coffee, even if you don't like coffee, get this, John. I'm promising you will be converted. And if not, just leave the bag open. You know what I'm saying? It'll help out the smell of your crib.
Put it in your car.
Put that junk under the seat, bro. You know what I'm saying? You'll be straight. You know what I'm saying? Boom, Mad Black is on deck.
Also, Making Me Mad. We went through a whole podcast. Come on, bro.
Making Me Mad is out now. I Make Mad Beats featuring Blue Levies. Amazing. I loved working with Blue Levies on that. He was the perfect candidate for that song. The song is about the making of mad beats and also about the shit that makes me mad. And it is the first semi-single from Wands, my album, which drops on my birthday, November 16th, 19... Never mind. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, go and cop that. Go and listen to that. Go and add that to your Spotify, to your Apple Music. Go and hit like on that. If you're inclined to actually support in a way that actually helps artists, you can go to Bandcamp and pay some money for it. And drop us a few dollars. You know what I'm saying? We are musicians, and every dollar helps support what we do. Yeah, with that being said, we do have Midnight Marauder coming up in a few weeks.
November 23rd.
November 23rd, the Midnight Marauder 2 happens at the Pink Palace as well, a.k.a. MOSH, the Museum of Science and History. So we got a lot of things on the horizon. I am particularly excited about the dropping of this album. This is the first full-length album from me in a very long time. And I'm doing things I've never done before because I just simply wasn't skilled enough to do them previously. And so I've grown as a musician, I've grown as a creative, and all of that is tapped into the story in this album that we call Wands.
It's amazing.
And I drop it on November 16th. Tap in with me. Go ahead and lock that in. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and get a ticket. If you check out the link tree, if you check out the link in my bio on my IG, you can cop a ticket now. I highly suggest you cop tickets now. This will be a sold out. I can promise you, this will be a sold out event. Capacity is limited. And yeah, you don't want to be the guy who heard about it. You want to be the guy who was there. And I kind of shouted it out on socials as well. The only guest performer for the night is going to be my son, who is named Nova, and he will be performing at the Planetarium with his father. I Make Mad Beats. So yeah, we actually have rehearsal tomorrow with my son.
Make
it's
sure
crazy.
you have time.
Absolutely. So with that being said,
wait, hold up.
We holding up?
Yeah. Before we head out, speaking of the Midnight Marauder, which is on the 23rd, that midnight, which will be the 24th, will be the end and the closing of the internship applications. So if you're interested in learning, becoming better.
Let me help you out, bro. All right, now you over there. You got it.
After Midnight Marauder, the 24th, midnight will be the end and closing of the internship application process. So if you're interested in, in being an engineer, becoming better, being around like-minded individuals, and becoming superior in your craft, apply.
And let me say this too. Let me add on to that real quick. Obviously we're looking for a variety of intern types, producers, engineers, and even business admins. But I'm gonna tell you this right now, and this is directly from CEO I Make Mad Beats and Unapologetic. I am looking for an intern who really wants to learn recording and mixing engineering. I'm looking for somebody to literally teach how to do exactly what I do. What I do. I'm looking for somebody that is just as determined and dedicated to the craft specifically of engineering, primarily. Not as a side thing to something else you do. Not you're a rapper and then you want to mix your own songs. Nah, I want somebody who you look up to Mixed by Ali. Yeah. You look up to some of the greatest engineers of this era and this generation, and you want to become a scientist of sound, and you want to know how to mold and craft sound design, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. If that is you, please apply.
Let's get it.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And on that note, this has been another episode of Type Beat, live from outer space, an unapologetic studio. My name is I Make Mad Beats, and my cast is
LJ1S.
C Major.
Kid Maestro.
That being said, stay dangerous, stay safe, do both or do neither. Peace.
Bitch, are you jealous?
Oh shit, here we go again.